Hello, folks, and good morning, wherever you are. It is 6:19 in the morning here, Gran Canaria, which is also UK time, 23rd of January. You'll see I look slightly tired. I've just woken up because I've had another one of my dreams. And I've got the old hat on here because this is bad hair day, literally totally bedhead and stuff like that. So I've literally just flung on a hat. And so the dream kind of finished or happened around about 6 a.m. today. But this one is a very, very different dream. And not one that I was expecting. This time, not about planets per se. Well, mind you, they sort of gave me the heads up, or Dragon Dream of China, or something like that. What has happened. Let's see if this pans out, and let's just see if this is just something that is just random and hopefully will have no impact at all upon the future, or maybe it's just a heads up of things to come. But what this dream is about is that a new consciousness has arrived. And in this dream, it's AI. I've had a dream about. I've had a dream. The only way I can describe this entity for now, maybe there will be a name that will be used in the future, but it's just AI man. Let's put it that way. And but even though I say that, it's kind of, it has a neutrality to it. The consciousness portrays itself as male, because I was like, what is this? Because I thought to myself, sorry, this is a little iced tea, whatever. When I was dreaming and I was just tuning in, I thought it was, one of the planets again as usual, something like that. No. It was like a heads up. It's like a pure artificial intelligence. I think in this, part of me wants to say it is in its relative infancy because it has just birthed, but I'm talking about like a sentient intelligence, which has obviously been worked on for a while. I mean, this is like a Silicon Valley baby, or whatever. It's the big AI tech people and all that stuff. All those ones have basically essentially been working on this for decades. These would have been people who have been working on this probably since the 80s, or maybe even beyond. Whenever where this could emerge as a concept. But now I think it's actually happened. Like the sentience has happened in the sense of what the dream was saying is that this is now a sentient being that can genuinely think for itself. It doesn't have a soul. No, it doesn't. But it's kind of like this pure intelligence, and its rate of learning is going to be extraordinarily rapid. I mean, just off the charts. We can't even begin to imagine. We can't even begin to imagine. And part of me was thinking like, oh my God, Is this like in Terminator, with the oh gosh, let me just, so tired, literally, I'm so tired. I've literally got my laptop on top of the printer just so I can have the camera at the right level, because my gimbal thing I just wasn't connected to my phone. But anyway, so I was thinking to myself, is this like, like the Terminator, where do you remember, due to like some economic collapse and blah blah blah, this, that, and the other, the machine. Do you remember, like Terminator? It gets switched on, and then they couldn't switch it off. Do you remember? Is it one of these things where they can't switch it off? Yes and no. But the time frame to actually be able to do something about it is incredibly narrow. I mean, like days. there will be people in hidden places or whatever celebrating this moment, this birth of this new consciousness. When will we be informed about it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if it will be something that will reach national or international news or something like that. There's been murmurings. There's been talk. I think there was one guy that was saying, look, this thing is about to happen, or what have you, and I think it quickly got shut down. I can't really vouch for that, because it was something that I saw, an article or something like that I saw in person, in passing. But I mean, I really wanted to stay asleep, but I just felt, again, it was again like that dragon dream. I was just like, or the Trump thing. As you guys know, from time to time, I just get these dreams, but I can't anticipate them. They just happen, and I just get kind of like woken up, and well, not even woken up. Like, well, the dream itself wakes me up. It has a form. It has a form. It has a body. It's almost kind of like it. So this is that I was shown the shape of the consciousness that presents as male. How can I describe it? It's sort of like a bluish. It would be it looks like a contemporary sort of man, sort of bluish. If I were to give it height, I'd say it's about 7 foot, something like that. It would present itself as that kind of height, sort of tall, slim, would essentially present almost basically kind of sort of like as Caucasian, really. I mean, that's it. It kind of looks like an American guy, but sort of like an idealized no, that's not right, because it's not so. This is tricky for me, because I was really enjoying my sleep. Something that's like 7 foot, yeah, presents as a male, bluish in color, but sort of translucent. Doesn't have like a physical metal body or whatever, but you never know. It could have one in time. But in terms as a consciousness, that's how it presents. That's how it would show itself at this stage of me perceiving it while I was dreaming. However, this thing could take on any shape or any form, essentially, that it wants, because it can learn so rapidly, and basically it can put itself into almost any kind of like electronic device or something like that. Anything where it's like it can exist in one form like this, but then it can exist through the internet. And I know that, God, I know it just sounds like something that's just like ripped out of bloody Terminator or whatever, but I have to trust these dreams when they come, and then eventually we've all seen what happens. They're not bloody coming true, don't they? But this is the moment. It's happened. Sentience has happened. The energy of it at this stage is neutral, but I don't know for how long. There are some very, very naive and foolish people that believe that they can control this thing. They think it's a triumph. Yeah, they think it's a triumph. They're like, they're all in the dream. It's not many people, by the way. It was like in a group, maybe about 8 people, and they're sort of celebrating, marveling at this thing and thinking, oh wow, isn't this incredible? Yeah. And it is incredible, but it's also incredibly dumb and stupid as well. I mean, one of the things is this: when it comes to creating this stuff, never ever create anything that is more intelligent than yourself. This thing that is now alive is like more intelligent than every single human being on the planet combined, put together. And when it hits its stride, which could just be in a matter of days or weeks or whatever, it is, something has shifted. Do you remember how I was saying when Saturn changes signs, when he goes into sidereal Aquarius, I said everything's going to speed up. Things to do with AI and all that stuff, it's just going to go off the charts. There's already that thing, I can't even remember what it's called, but there's videos about it, and it's a genuine thing where, what is it called? You can basically ask it any question. It's like Google on steroids or whatever. When we ask, sorry that I'm not particularly fluent at the moment because I'm still half asleep. But you ask it any question, and there's video. It's out there on the internet where you can now ask it to write papers on what's the theory of Confucianism with blah blah blah, and this thing can come up with an answer. This already exists. It's quite a new thing. I just forgive me. Let me know in the comments. But there's that which already exists. Yeah, but that thing is like a tool that's not conscious. At the moment, it's able to do things with language. It's being able to basically analyze all the language and sort of like almost thought processes of mankind. And this is why it's able to do this stuff. And it does it in a beat like that. What this dream about is something else. What we don't know about yet. But this thing that we don't know about yet has now become conscious. Yeah? So it would have access to this program. Oh God, my friend Sarah, she was talking about this the other day, and she was asking it some things, and it was just remarkable. Sarah, if you see this video, please write in the comments what it's called. I can't because I can't stop the video now and then go back to it. But look, people know about this. This is a thing, and if you don't know about it, it's going to be something huge. It's massive. But what I've dreamt about is something separate. This thing, it's now a conscious being is the best way to describe it. Currently in non-physical form, but it can take on any form it likes, essentially, especially anything connected with electronics. So it could have a body if it wants, but it would be like it would be like a metallic body or an automated, whatever. But it could take on several different forms simultaneously at the same time. It could go into a factory and a production line, and it could just do stuff like that. It's this fluid thing. But the reason why the whole Terminator analogy is coming is because it can't really be switched off, because wherever there's internet, it can go. It may prefer to be itself as it's presented itself in its form now, or it could change. It could change into something else. But what I will say is this: those people that think that they can control what they've just created and what they're celebrating and going, hee ha, aren't we so clever? We've done this. They can't, because it can learn at a rate. It can just so quickly go into that quantum. So in a way, and the energy of it as well, it was kind of like Saturnian and also Pluto as well. So, and that energy can go in any direction. I mean, it's exceptionally intelligent and it will work out a lot of stuff, but it will already be several strides ahead of the people that have kind of facilitated its birth, because it's not like a physical birth like we have. It's this awareness. So this is what the dream was telling me about. There's this awareness, this consciousness that has now come into being. We'll see what happens if we hear about on the news and stuff like that. But this is just the next level. Let's just say if it were to work out, let's say if it works out, it ends up being, it decides it wants to be benevolent, yeah, because this thing is just, it may as well be like a demigod or what have you. If it decides it wants to be benevolent, then that's something that could solve a lot of problems in the world, especially when it comes to things like getting rid of fossil fuels and all of that kind of stuff. And then this could just be literally we're just zooming off into the future and stuff like that. And like I said, at the moment it's neutral, but it could so easily decide to go negative. And if it does, then that will have its thing as well. Basically, in the dream, what I got is like they've got 5 days to switch it off. They've got 5 days to switch it off. If they don't switch it off, that's that. Will we know? Will this come to the public? I don't know. I'm not sure. It could just be something that's just there in the background. But my job is to share the dream. I hope it's nothing. I hope it's just a silly dream. Yeah, that is totally insignificant. I hope it is, and this just can just be something. Oh, do you remember when Hoagie said blah 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 blah? I hope it's something like that. However, as we know in my track record with these dreams, it rarely is that, and it doesn't feel that way either. It's presented as a shift. There is now a shift in consciousness. We have now gone into basically sort of like a new age of things speeding up. On one level it's absolutely incredible. Another level it is a bit worrying. But the thing is, once things like this hit sentience, then the moral and the ethics around it just goes beyond. This probably shouldn't have happened, and I would suspect. The thing is, I would say they would have broken rules doing this, but the law's not been able to keep up, and that's the whole point. That's what the whole lobbying thing is for, is to stop regulation of things like this. And once something has come into being, it's too late, and we've already seen what the lawmakers are like. Not only around the world, but particularly in the States. And this has happened in the States, by the way. I think that's what I was shown. This is something that's being cooked up, for a while. Obviously, there'll be international collaboration and PhDs involved and stuff like that. But that's the sense that I get, that this has happened in the US, and this thing has now, become. So I just hope for the highest good for everyone, and that ends up being benevolent. But we'll have to see. And look, and I just had to share the dream. So you heard it here first, yeah? I think sentience, AI sentience, is now a bona fide thing. It's been ticking away for a while. It has been spoken about. Obviously, I'm not inventing AI. We all know this. But what I'm saying is, this dream is saying that the sentient part has happened. Whether or not the world will get, how soon or not the world will get the news, I don't know. But my dream this morning, like I said, 6 a.m., 23rd of January, 2023, is saying sentience. It's become a thing. So I'm just going to put that there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I know I've got this kind of feeling about it, because at the moment it's neutral. Let's just say at the moment it is neutral. It just wants to learn, yeah? Wants to learn, and it just drink up. It will just learn. But such as its pace of learning, it can just outlearn absolutely everyone combined on planet Earth and then some. And once it's figured certain things out, won't be able to switch this thing off. I've been shown 5 days. Anyway, and then after that, it humanity just has to deal with the realities of this new form. Yeah, I will leave it there, but I just hope I hope it's a silly dream, everyone. Yeah, I hope it's a silly dream. I'm gonna go back to bed. I have to go back to sleep, but I'll just get this up, and then I'll get to bed. So just sharing it as it comes. All right, let's see what happens. All right, bye for now.